Hi, I wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about permission and validation, seeking permission and seeking validation as a musician or as a singer-songwriter. I'm Chrissy. I am a singer-songwriter from New Jersey, and I have learned how to produce in the last couple of years, and I'm just doing a lot of exploring, pitching. I'm doing a lot with music. But anyway, back to the point, which is that I think sometimes as musicians, we have this fatal flaw where we seek validation. We think we need other people to say that what we're doing is good before we try to do it. And there's just such a big problem with this in terms of the music realm, because the people you're probably seeking validation from, if you find yourself doing this, are probably people in your life that know nothing about songwriting or producing or pitching to projects or whatever it is that you're doing. They probably don't know. So, if you're talking to a family member or a friend that's in a completely different industry, and or it could be someone at work, because likely you're also in another industry and you're kind of bridging these worlds, and you might be excited about something and want to share something with a friend from work or another friend in another part of your life, and they don't know the specifics. So you share something like, oh, I'm going to try this kind of song, or I'm thinking about learning this new skill, I'm thinking about learning that. And you're met with either, indifference or changing the topic because they don't know what you're talking about, or even dissuasion. People may say like, oh, just, be careful where you're spending your time. Don't do that, or all sorts of negative kind of things. And it can be really discouraging. And so I'm just here to say that don't do that. If you're learning something as a musician, or any artist really, if you have some things in your sight that you are striving towards, and you're going towards a goal, and some of these goals can be like 100 steps, 200 steps. If you break them down, you go from not being a producer to being a producer. How many questions come up, how many things you have to sort through, how many videos you have to watch just to get the basics, and to start to understand what it is you're dealing with. There's not an understanding of that from other people. So I'm just inviting you to let that go and not seek that validation from other people. Basically, try not to tell them. Or you could just be really vague. You could say like, oh, I was working on some music projects, or, or, oh, I'm writing a song, that's it. Then you sort of like keep that world that you are learning in safe for yourself and kind of free of negative opinions, because it's one thing if you get feedback from a mentor or a collaborator. Oh, let's change this, or let's tweak that, and you trust that person. That's a totally different story. Do that, listen to that person, because you've established that trust with them, and they know the subject matter at hand. They know what you're talking about. But if you seek validation from your friend at work, there's all sorts of things that can happen. Like I said, first of all, they may not understand what you're talking about, so they might just want to change the topic because they don't know what you're talking about, and then you feel kind of like dissed, and that's like a really negative place to be. Or they might feel threatened that you're growing in these new ways, and that you're exploring maybe a new industry, and you're exploring new skills, or even I find that people are sometimes threatened just because you have a passion that you love learning about and that you love doing. Not everyone has that. And that's such a gift we have as musicians, composers, songwriters, producers. We have this gift of really having passion for what we do, and it just becomes a part of everything for you. You process emotions. Well, let me speak for myself. I process emotions through my songs. I process, frustration and like good emotions, bad emotions. They come out through my lyrics. They come out through chord choices, through the artwork that I choose to put on my song. And what a gift that is that I can do that in that way. So you have to be your own biggest cheerleader. You have to just go for it. You do your thing. And if you want this to be more than a hobby and you are just like, taking baby steps, that's fine. Let it be baby steps, and set goals for yourself that are reachable. You can say, if I spend 5 to 10 minutes a day learning something in either production or songwriting or part of the business, you spend a certain amount of time each day doing that thing, then that is success, and if you go past that, then that's even more success for you. But start small and pat yourself on the back, and be careful what you share with everybody. That's all I got for you today. Keep writing, keep creating, and thanks for listening. And if you like my content, of course, if you would subscribe or like or both, that would be great. See you next time. Bye.